Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm an airline pilot, and today there's great news for all the PMDG flyers among you. The PMDG EFB Plus mod has just seen a fantastic overhaul, bringing it to version 2.0. Now, for those of you who didn't know, the EFB Plus mod is a mod that originally added Flight Simulator 2024's LIDO charts to the PMDG EFB, but by now it's built almost a complete replacement of the PMDG EFB. The mod is available on flightsim.to, and I'm also going to link the flightsim.to page down here. Now, version 2.0 has basically redone the entire mod, and you now have a completely new EFB layout and app. You still have the LIDO charts, you do have GSX integration, interactive checklists, dynamic wallpapers, and much more. So in today's video, I want to show you what the mod looks like now, and then I'm of course going to link it so that you guys can download it straight away. So the first thing that's new is that the mod has its own little program now. So you can see it over here. You now have an external manager which can be used for installing the mod, so you no longer have to rely on the bat file. And it also shows you into which of the PMDG fleet it is installed. It gives you a checklist manager, it gives you a wallpaper manager, and that type of stuff over here. So that's a really nice application that you have now. Just be aware that if you had the previous version 1 of the PMDG EFB Plus mod, you need to uninstall that one using the uninstall.bat file in the original download, and then you can install version 2.0. Now, that much about the new PMDG EFB Plus app that you will find on your desktop. Now, let's board our 777 here for our Lufthansa cargo flight from Frankfurt to New York, and then I'm going to lead you over the new features that the PMDG EFB Plus mod offers, as well as some of the old features for those of you who hadn't used the mod before. So let's board our 777 and make our way up to the flight deck over here. Now we're going to take a seat on the captain's seat, and then we can boot up our electronic flight bag, and you will find that immediately you're greeted on a completely different page than what you had before. So this is what the mod looks like with the standard wallpaper installed. Now, let's go over all the differences. First of all, a couple of new logos for existing PMDG apps. For example, down here you got the ground connections app, and over here you got the takeoff and landing performance app. Those are still the default PMDG apps. And then there's the EFB Plus. Now, this kinda replaces the previous PMDG EFB app. When you open the app, you are greeted right on the flight screen, and over here it'll tell you that no flight is currently loaded. So let's go ahead and load a flight, which is automatically downloading our latest SimBrief flight. Now, the flight information screen has been completely redone, and you can see that there is a lot more useful information on here right now than there used to be beforehand. Now, what's really cool here is that you do get some information as to what controllers are currently online on Vatsimo IVAO. You can download the ATIS from right over here. So that's some really cool stuff that you can do on the main screen now. Also, you do have the Open OFP button right over here, which is going to show you the OFP. And what I really like, it also gives you the options to go right through the different tabs and everything that is available down here. So that's really nice. You also, inside the OFP screen, have something brand new, and that is the flight log page. Now, this page is really nice, as it is going to log whatever fuel you had and time you had over certain waypoints. Now, you can click on the waypoint, it's going to bring you to the respective point. You can see your ETOPS information down there, you can see the airway information down here, or in this case, the North Atlantic track information. So that's some really cool stuff on the interactive flight log that you can find down here, which is completely new to the EFB Plus mod. Then, you also have a NOTAM screen, which, well, gives you your NOTAMs, as you would kind of expect. And you also have the UADs, which are the significant weather charts, the en route charts, and all that kind of stuff. So that's really nice to have quick access to this as well. On a quick note over here, in the real world, most airlines are no longer using standard paper OFP layouts like the ones you would find over here, but many airlines are using interactive layouts like what you have over here on the flight screen, than what you have on the OFP screen, the flight log screen, etc. So you can interact in a much more realistic way with your electronic flight bag map, which is really cool. Then we've got the airport tab, and this one's completely new with the app as well. You get some general information, you get runway information, and you do get all the different frequencies down here so that you don't have to search any longer, but you can just get that straight over here. You can also get your meta, your TAF, and your ATIS. For example, I can grab the Say Intentions AI ATIS down there, and then you can of course open the charts or jump to other airports over here as well. So let's go ahead and have a look into the charts. Now, this one is now all LIDO. If you want it, you can go to the settings over here and you can change the chart provider. So LIDO is standard over here, but you can also select Navigraph if you prefer to use Navigraph charts. So both options are available to you now. So over here you can simply pin all those charts like in whatever order you want. And what's really nice is that you now have quick access down here as well. So this one's sorted by airport. You can also just delete an entire airport down here, which is really cool. And that way you have quick access to any of the charts that you may want. And if you no longer need an airport, you can simply delete it down there. That's really, really cool, isn't it? Like, they've really went to great length over here. Now, obviously, if you did like PMDG's previous layout, you can still access that over here, and that way you can still get whatever you want. Now, something that's really cool here as well, if you only want the charts for a certain runway, you can filter that now, and then you're only going to get those charts for that runway. So that's very similar to the real-world LIDO mPilot app, which also has that ability so that you can easily find whichever chart you may be looking for. So that's really, really cool. Now, if I want to go to JFK, I could get that over here and so on. So really nice stuff, and again, quick access available down here as well. Now let's go ahead and have a quick look at the settings pages. First of all, something that I'm so happy about is the streamer mode that you can find down here. So I can finally actually show you that page without revealing my Hoppy ID, my Say Intentions API key, and so on. So that's like really cool. I'm so happy to have that, which the previous PMDG EFB just didn't have. Now, apart from that, you can also choose your themes here. You can go for day or night themes. These on the right hand side are all the new settings with the EFB Plus mod. Then you got the chart provider, and what's really nice is the tablet wallpaper as well. So if you've loaded a wallpaper using the manager that I showed you earlier on, then you can always go ahead and load these. So if we go, for example, to custom, then I can load my Lufthansa cargo layout here, and now we got this. Like, that's really nice, isn't it? And you can change all of these on the go. All you need to do is to add the basic wallpaper to your simulator before you start the sim, so that it can rebuild the layout JSON files, and then you have them all available in here. Now, theoretically, if you named those correctly, which I didn't, then you would automatically be able to load the correct wallpaper for your airline. For example, if you name the Lufthansa cargo one GEC.PNG, then it should automatically load with the Lufthansa cargo layout, which is just really nice, gives you a lot of customization options there. Now, what's also included in the app, we've just looked a lot at the EFB Plus app, which is the heart of the mod, but there is more available on the main screen. So you can see over here you got a checklist app where you can show all the checklists that you've got installed. For example, we got our checklist for the 777-300 down there. Then we got our checklists for the Boeing 737, because the mod is compatible with both the 737 and the 777, basically anything that uses the PMDG Universal Flight Tablet. You could also make those interactive, so for example, if you go in here, then you can actually tick them off, which is really nice. Obviously on the 777 you have the electronic checklist, so it's not that important, but on the 737 over here. That's a really neat feature that you have available. You can also design your own checklists, and all of that can be done using a standard text editor and then loaded in using the app. Now, finally, let's go to the GSX integration, because that one's new down here as well. You can see that you can control everything from GSX on the left-hand side over here, and then you see status updates on the right-hand side. So, for example, if we go ahead and request boarding down here, you will see that boarding is now active, and it's actively going to show us how much has already boarded. So obviously we've got 0 passengers because we're flying a freighter today, and then it's going to show us the cargo loading in % down here, which is really nice as it tells you exactly how far the progress of each of those services is. So really, really cool little mod that's available over here. Also, the weather, I mean, that's just nice, just like the clock up there, which kind of make all of this look like an iPad, which is really, really cool. Well guys, and that's the PMDG EFB Plus mod. It works with both the PMDG 777s as well as the 737s, basically anything that uses the Universal Flight Tablet. And guys, that's going to be it for today's video. Now, head over to flightsim.to to download the mod. I really think you are going to love this one. The version 2 is so great. Now, it's up to you. Like, comment and subscribe, and if you really love this mod, then there is a Buy Me a Coffee link on the EFB Plus page on flightsim.to, which you can use to make a small donation to the creator, as this mod is completely freeware and it's really transforming the PMDG Universal Flight Tablet. And I think it's only just fair to support the creator of this. So check out the Buy Me a Coffee link for Tom Housier, the creator of the EFB Plus mod on flightsim.to. And with that, thank you very much for watching. Like, comment and subscribe, and then I'm looking forward to see you all again on the next one.